Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. You already know what time it is. Drew Titan, Bronson on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I'm not going to waste any time. Dwayne Jones, healer. I sent you the link, brother. No doubt. Johnny Q, Damon Wester, what up? Andrew Diaz, my brother, what up? Chill Town Majors, PJ's Big Dog, Curtis Price, ES, Tone Brown, Big Texas in the building, Gnarly Ray, Jimmy Bernard, what's going on? NBA D Nice, what's happening? What's happening? Smash your like button on the way in. Tone Brown, what up, brother? Y'all see the picture. We're going to talk some boxing in depth tonight, man. We're going to talk some boxing in depth tonight. But y'all see this picture. All right. This was supposed to be a tough fight. And I thought it'd be tougher than that. But you see this picture? This was the whole fight. I don't want to hear it. But, you know, salute to y'all. And how you doing, Sensei? What's going on with you?
Man, what's happening, bro? We got the month of July in 2023 is probably one of the biggest months of boxing in history. Yeah. I mean, July is smoking.
July is crazy. My brother Kano Loco, Mr. Shelton, Johnny Q, yo. I you know, it's like when you don't pay attention and you're like, wait a minute. Oh man. It's like every weekend.
Yeah.
It's been popping every weekend, man.
But not just every weekend, big fights every weekend. Big fights.
Yeah.
By today's standards, you know.
Right. But before we get to the main event of the night, you and I, you know, we often talk behind the scenes, and we were talking yesterday, and I said, you know what? We need to give this brother some shine because you had your eye on him for a while. And when I buckled down and did some research, I said, holy crap, no one's paying attention to him. Maybe it's because of where he's fighting, but understand, we're boxing supporters. And if it's a good fight, it's a good fight. I don't care if it's the PBC. I don't care if it's Don King. I don't care if it's Top Rank. If I see an intriguing matchup or a fighter that's caught my interest, I want to pay attention to him or her. And the fighter I'm talking about is this man right here, Diego Pacheco. This kid is a problem for everybody. This kid is a problem. It's not a game. This guy, we're talking about a lot of things going on in that division, but this guy right here.
And Drew, how old is he?
Shit, what is he, like 4? He's a kid. He's a kid. Look at him. He doesn't have all his man strength yet. Let me tell you something about Pacheco. he has all the tools. And a lot of us might be turned off. Young Merv, I see you Rampage. If I miss you, know I love you. I just want to cook immediately. Because there was a lot of movement last night. Sure Will in the building. Anthony, what up? Listen, man. This kid, oh my God. Look, man. You know what? I'm not even gonna do the honors. I'm gonna let the sensei take this. Because the only crime that he has against us, like, you know, when I'm talking about our audience, we don't think much of the zone. Y'all already know how I feel about the zone. I done made a hit video on them and everything. It's Eddie Hearn or whatever. But we have to understand. We have to understand that these fighters, when they get presented with opportunities, they have to go to what's their best financial interest. We may like it, we may not like it. And I guess maybe Eddie was the only person showing him some money. Say, yo, come fight with me. And he's like, you know what? I'm not getting in. This is the best bang for my buck. He's not in the protection agency, not yet. Y'all know how that go. He's trying to make a name for himself. This kid is dangerous. Stormy, I'm gonna let you explain to the audience.
Listen, man, this young man, he doesn't even have a nickname. You know how fighters have their fighting nicknames? He doesn't even have a nickname at this time. He's just fighting. He's doing a damn good bang-up job of it. Mm-hmm. I've been able to catch his last 4 now fights after tonight. His previous fight was in March of this year, and he was over there in the UK, over in Liverpool, and he took on Jack Cullen, who was 21-2 and 1 at the time that they faced off over there. And he fought like a seasoned veteran and took Cullen out in like 4 rounds. You know, like he did this guy. And the way he does it is systematic. It's like, for those of you who were able to catch Boots last night, right? It's no secret that Boots really was overmatching his opponent last night. But do you remember the first round of last night's fight? How Boots controlled the distance, the range, how he worked his jab to perfection. He had Villa's forehead red by the end of the first round. By the end of the first round, the dude's face was red, which means that he wasn't getting out of the way of very many punches at all. Well, Diego is operating like that with less than the time put in, but he seems to be not only a work in progress, but he's definitely one of those fighters that each and every fight you see a new wrinkle from him. And right. I love that because it shows growth from the gym. And it has nothing to do with, they picked a soft touch, because remember, we're seeing right now in this particular era that a lot of the managements and trainers, they're steering guys toward, safekeeping the records. And sometimes guys are having so many knockouts, they still ain't learned how to fight yet. Well, Pacheco taking Cullen out over there in England, but he's from here. He's from California, So it's like he's over there in a hostile environment, and he takes out the hometown guy over there who's a veteran in 4 rounds, like it was a sparring session. And last night, he had another guy that was a veteran that is from Sinaloa, Mexico. And as I've been stating, There are no soft touches coming out of Sinaloa.
Nope.
No soft touches at all. There's some good fighters coming out of there, which is one of the reasons why Canelo don't want to fight him. Okay? But this kid, each and every outing, he's doing something that's like, wow, that's impressive. And what I learned of him last night was his ability to think fast, make adjustments on the fly, where he was scoring his shots, and then he went to the lead right hand. Now, let me tell you a quick story about the lead right hand. When George Foreman and Ali were going to fight, a very wise veteran trainer had advised Ali, he keeps his hands low all the time. Make sure you throw plenty of right hands because he keeps his hands low. And Ali kept that close to the vest even long after the fight took place. It was something that he held fast until many years later. Do you know who that old veteran wise trainer was that told Ali this? Cus D'Amato.
Cuss.
Whom Ali had a very good relationship with, believe it or not. They Cus D'Amato and Ali were two. There's actually a lot of video footage of them.
Yeah, there is.
But they, beyond that video footage, they were good friends. And he learned a lot from Ali. I mean, from Cus, because Ali had a confidence about himself that Cus felt like, where'd this kid get that confidence? So he respected Ali, and he would actually give him advisements and stuff like that. So in round one of his fight against George Foreman, Ali came out and threw about somewhere between 8 to 10 lead right hands on George Foreman, nearly putting George down, because when you can hit a fighter with your lead right, and we're talking about two orthodox, we're not talking about orthodox and southpaw, but when you can hit a fighter with your lead right hand, like it's a jab, you're talking about how poor a defensive fighter he is, because he's not getting his head off center line. He's not putting himself in a position to either stop your jab, take your jab away or whatever. Because remember, the lead right hand is coming from back here. The jab is out front already. So as a professional fighter, if I'm hitting you like this, boom, and moving around, boom, I'm showing superiority over you and a dominance over you that the average person in the crowd don't understand. And that's what happened with Diego's fight. When he started throwing those lead right hands last night, he was able to take his opponent's aggression and turn it into anger, because he was trying to now get after Diego even faster, but he was only simply getting hit faster. Gallegos was very game. He had a record of 19-0 with one draw coming into last night's fights with 16 KOs. So he was not a scrub. Getting hit with those lead rights, I had said, wow, Diego has gone to something that really works, but I would really like to see him, go to the body a little bit more. And lo and behold, in the fourth round, he drops this Julio Cesar Chavez-like left hook to the Zuba, and Gallegos went down like a sack of potatoes. I was like, whoa! Now I'm watching Tay Jones's call of the fight, right? It's like we're enjoying this, right? And I'm like, whoa, look at it. He went down, he dropped that guy in the heat, man. But what was really interesting was the fact that he improvised so he could get to the body. You see what I'm saying? It's like he was doing other things because the guy could take it on the chin.
Yeah.
But everybody knows If you put that good work to the body, anybody can go down, especially if you catch him like he caught Gallegos last night. And when I saw that, I was like, whoa. And the fight was all but done at that point because he beat the count by getting up. But when the ref resumed the action, Diego was on top of him, threw a few more punches, and the fight was stopped as Gallegos was like sagging into the ropes, similar to what Villa did against Boots last night. So as I watched this kid, I was like, man, this kid is growing up. You know what it's like? It's like watching Earl when you didn't know who Earl was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you caught him for the first couple of times, you're like, who is this kid? Oh, he's got sound fundamentals. He's, you know, it's like he's consistent. He's persistent. It's like he's got a good jab. He's solid. Defense is tight. That's Diego. And Diego was moving around the ring. I mean, he was stepping around the guy, and they were in one of those small rings, like a 16-foot ring. So both of them being 6'3", 6'4", you know, that's a very small ring.
I heard that, right? He's 6'4" and 168.
And
now,
dude,
I want you to elaborate on something.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people know of him, some people seen him, but here's why you're saying that he should be on the radar so much. And there's things that we have to bring out.
Mm-hmm.
This kid is tall. This kid has an old school work rate, and he's a thinker. Who's in his camp?
He's being trained by Jose Benavidez Sr.
Uh-oh.
So that means he's already in the gym with David Benavidez, who is the monster at that weight and can't get a fight with the other champion. And they're playing the game of freezing him out. So if David elects to go ahead and move on up to like 175, 168 is still in good hands. Because if you're thinking about taking on this kid, who 2 years from now is going to be the new monster.
Yep.
If you're thinking about taking on this kid, you got to do something that is very difficult to do. Because David is not 6'4". He's not. This kid is 6'4". That means you've got to negotiate real estate in there with him. And this is not no Sebastian Fundura, okay? He could take a shot. He got hit a couple of times clean by that guy last night. He didn't freeze. He didn't shell up and move away. He got his hands back up. And when I saw that, I immediately said, oh, good. Because it wasn't like he got hit and didn't know what to do or whatever. It was like, oh shit, let me get my hands back up. You know what I'm saying? In the moment.
Yeah.
And then went right back to doing what he was doing. I'm like, you know what? You have to give credit to where credit is due. It's too much of this thing where you slam people out here and not give them the credit that they deserve when they are earning their stripes. And there's too many superficial content creators who are looking at the wrong thing.
Yes.
Watching boxing. You see? Now, for those of you all who want to holler out that the LDBC is racist and all of that foolishness, no. And understand, if it's coming from me, you can set your clock to it. Because I don't blow smoke. I'm not just pumping people up for the fun of it. I recognize talent when I see it. There's some talent out there that people are fawning over right now that I'm really ready to just wait and see before I say something. Because if I don't see it initially, it's probably not there. And I'm not going to name any names, but there are people who do this. And it's like, you know, we've talked about, you and I, we've been on this show. We've talked about past flash in the pans. Huh?
Yep.
And people that were touted as, oh, this is going to be somebody. And it turned out to be nobody.
Nobody.
And it turned out to be a footnote of an example of what not to be, what not to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
just know that. So
What you're looking at right here is Pacheco standing next to who?
Fundora, and I can't tell who the other guy is.
I don't know who the other guy is, but that's Fundora right there. So this kid is a legit 6'4".
Yep.
A legit 6'4". Okay. And let me tell you something. This is what happens, like when you goof around and you avoid one person and run out the frying pan into the flames. Now, no one's really paying attention to Pacheco because a lot of it is because he's on that damn DAZN. And, you know, we don't like Eddie Hearn, and some of us are sticking by, they're not supporting him. But there's certain things you just can't ignore. And like I said, they made a big deal out of Fundora. And I said, man, look, he'd be a monster if he fought on the outside. And you saw what happened to him. This kid Pacheco, and they were putting a lot of stock in Fundora. And he could fight, but I just don't like the style of fight that he brings at that height. But this kid Pacheco at 168 is a problem. Now, again, I talk about putting stock in fighters. Y'all see them putting a lot of stock inside Berlanga. And I want to root for Berlanga. He's Puerto Rican. He's out of Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? But have we been super duper impressed with Berlanga? And I'm not firing shots. I'm just bringing up something. Okay. He can get easily distracted in the ring, easily deterred. When he gets frustrated, we've seen what he does. I started calling him Berlangula and stuff. He's biting niggas in there. And it's like, what are you doing, dogs? You know, so he's very game. He called out Canelo. That's a money fight. But I'm telling you right now, Berlanga is not ready. Okay, he gets in the ring with Canelo right now. Canelo's going to look like Canelo from 2005. It's going to be a beating like, you remember when he fought James Kirkland? It's going to look like that. Very bad. Very bad. But this kid Pacheco, he's another problem. He's the guy that we need to be watching at 168. And if you put Pacheco in the ring with Berlanga right now, in my opinion, Berlanga's not going to make it. Berlanga's not going to make it. This kid is the truth. And just remember, Stormy said it first. Just remember.
Listen, Jaime Munguia ain't it. Berlanga ain't it. And that's two guys that this guy can beat right now. But I don't even want to see him fight them right now. Maybe sometime early next year, but not right now.
Not right now.
And one last thing about Matchroom. One thing I can't deny, they be putting people in tough.
Yeah.
They put people in tough. The only person that they didn't put in tough was Anthony Joshua. Because that was a vested interest right there. They were trying to covet and hold those heavyweight titles as long as they could. And they did. They held them as long as they could. And even when they finally disappeared out of their grasp, it was by someone that they hadn't anticipated doing so, because Andy Ruiz, they didn't respect what he brought. Alexander Usyk, he's a cruiserweight moving up. They didn't respect what he brought. And that's why they don't have those titles anymore. And if AJ had won that title back in that rematch against Usyk, he wouldn't have never fought another tough fight for the rest of his career. I'm telling you.
Man.
The mere fact that they're talking about he may be facing Wilder at the end of the year, that has more to do with getting that big cash out for Matchroom than anything. Because they got to go in a different direction. Because AJ, it's been proven he's not it. Regardless of what Johnny Nelson and Tony Bellew and David Hay, all those guys over there say these things, you know, pumping him up still and everything. But I'm going to say, I'm here to say, more than Frank Bruno 2.0 and definitely nowhere near Lennox Lewis, AJ may be closer to Audley Harrison than they may want to admit. Now tell me I'm lying.
No, you're not.
Stormy. Audley was a little better than Nate. Let me stop.
Salute, Focus Ball.
What's going on, Focus? What's happening, bro?
I'm feeling blessed. How you feeling?
All right.
Great. I think you know what I also say? I think David Hay, when he wasn't injured, had more talent than AJ has. When he wasn't injured, David Hay had way more talent. He was way more talented, way more dangerous. You know, BS aside, I don't think that
Johnny
AJ's not.
says he don't even know who that is, but he sound like he was trash.
Yo, AJ, when he get hit, this is all I hear.
What?
AJ is not. He's not it, man. And the reason why he feels some kind of way right now is because they put a lot of stock in him. And when you protect guys like that, the truth eventually comes out. All right? People have way more faith in Deontay Wilder, and he done got stopped twice, allegedly. He's been stopped twice. And people still have more faith in Deontay than they have in AJ. Why are we talking about AJ's mental capacity right now, or lack thereof? That's not even a question with Deontay. And now he's about to go in there, and this is just a sidebar because I don't really want to talk about AJ. He's about to go in there with Dillian White. Y'all do know that's a dangerous fight for AJ, right? Y'all do know that Dillian's going to go in there and try and win for real because he's thinking, if I beat this guy, it's going to be me and Deontay in Saudi in December, not him. And do not be surprised if he beat AJ, because you know why? Dillian knows how to lose. I don't like the guy, but he's like, hey, get knocked out, so what? I'll be back. He doesn't care. Like Derek Chisora don't care. He'll just show up and do 110%. And his 110% might not be 50% of the guy across the ring, but he's going to show up and try and fight. That's the kind of mental. Say what you want. When the bell rings, Dillian White has a fighter's mentality, win or lose. Now, training and everything else, that's something different. The cheating and all that, that's something different. But he understands what the game of boxing is. He understands that part where AJ doesn't get. AJ's like, man, I'm the pretty. Look at them. This is what they do. Only when my stream starts, that happens. Weird stuff. Focus ball. You playing the drum?
My fault.
Man, you know, he had a nation on his shoulders. He had a nation on his shoulders, and he feel that he let them down. You should have fought Deontay in New York that day. That day you lost to Andy. But fuck them. Yeah, I know. They always. My connection is fine all day long. I start my live, they start doing weird shit like this. But y'all know how I get down, man. Documentation beats conversation. My lawyers are real. Anyway. So y'all know about Pacheco. I think Pacheco is another problem. I think he's better than Berlanga. And
he's exciting to watch too, fellas.
He's very exciting to watch.
He has a type of style that you're not going to be bored watching him fight.
Right. He's what you want to see. He's what you want to see. He has all the tools. The only thing is that he's on the zone. That's the only thing. So a lot of and look, I understand. You know, I don't like Eddie Hearn. I didn't like the packaging of the zone, but I do recall saying, because you know, when I was on Facebook, there was a lot of people saying, you know, there's a lot of Brits in these boxing groups talking about, hey man, Earn with Hearn, and Eddie's the future. He's gonna buy up all the PBC fighters. And I said, well, what is this obsession with buying up the PBC fighters? They were more concerned about bankrupting the PBC, and I took that personal because PBC is ran by a black man, and I knew the underlying racism in that. But I did say, look, man, if all those fighters sell out, what is Al Heyman going to do if they sell out? And I don't care at the end of the day, because as long as me as a supporter of the sport is getting the fights that I want, that's all I care about. And DAZN failed. There was no American takeover as advertised. AJ done got knocked out and all kinds of stuff. But unfortunately for us, if you took it that personal where you don't watch DAZN, you're missing Pacheco. That's all I could say. I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you where to go. But what I can tell you is, this kid Pacheco's for real. And him and Berlanga are on the same app. They're both on the same app. They're both promoted by Eddie Hearn. That fight can happen. And if it does happen, that Berlanga train is going to cease to exist. I'm telling you right now. This kid Pacheco is a problem. Look at this. I'm going to put this picture back up again. Look at that.
Solo Dolo 1 says, how does he match up versus David Morrell? A year from now, he'll be ready for whomever's at the top. A year from now. Because I expect to see him in the ring one more time before the end of this year. And then I expect to see him in the first quarter of next year. Then after that, all bets are off. Because understand this, something's going to happen with the super middleweight title once Canelo faces Jamel. And something's going to happen with the junior middleweight title once Jamel faces Canelo. So things will begin to shake out after that fight takes place in September. So that, just bear that in mind. You have to watch the season to get some kind of reason. Yeah, Stormy still got bars. But anyway,
bars.
When you talk about AJ and White, let me just bring this into the picture. Like, White was going to be the opponent the entire time, I believe. But they played these kind of games with White, hoping that White wasn't training, getting in shape. Because the shorter camp he have and prep time he have, the better it would be for AJ. That's what I think about that situation.
I think that Dillian White, behind the scenes, these guys will know things and we'll be the last to find out. For example, y'all remember when the news came out when Errol and Manny Pacquiao, when that fight was signed? Y'all remember that news came out like seemingly out of nowhere? We were like, wait a minute, what? It came out of nowhere. It legitimately came out of nowhere. We was like, wait a minute, what? I didn't even know they were talking. Bud versus Errol. 1 minute we screaming and hollering and fighting with each other. Oh yeah, fight signed. Whoa, really? Yeah, one of those things. I think Dillian's been in camp the whole time.
Hopefully he has. Hopefully.
Yeah, and I hope so. And listen, go back and watch the first AJ and White fight. White was game, and he hurt AJ too. He did. And this time, I think, normally I'll say something like, he's gotten a lot more experience, but what has he done since then? He got flatlined by Povetkin. In a fight that he was winning, he just made a mistake. But he likes uppercuts. If AJ knocks him out again, it's going to be by an uppercut. Povetkin beat him with an uppercut. Let's
not forget what he did to Chisora.
He
slept Chisora.
He slept Chisora bad.
And Chisora can take a shot. So
he slept him bad.
He really turned the lights out on him.
But he got slept by Povetkin with an uppercut, came back and avenged that loss. Got slept by Fury with an uppercut. Ain't no coming back from that. The Chisora fight was a tough fight.
Now the uppercut is AJ's best punch.
It is. That's what I'm saying. If AJ's going to win by knockout,
but he's got to get through certain waters and for that to happen, you know, because it's like it ain't like the bell for the first round ring. Ding! Hey, AJ goes and throws an uppercut and the fight is over.
We know what we get with White.
Right.
He is who he is. But AJ has declined. Now he's got a different coach. But his last fight against Franklin, I wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed. I was like, okay, this is not that. If that was AJ from 4 years ago, he was supposed to knock Franklin out, man. He's not that same guy anymore, and his fan base knows it, and I think he knows it. Can Derek James save him? We're going to see.
Yeah, Dillian knows it. Dillian knows AJ is, you know. Remember he made that meme. He was talking about AJ. Oh, why everybody's crying about me? Why? It's like, I'm AJ, you know.
You know, one thing I'll give Dillian White is that he's secure in who he is. You know, he can be a punching bag. He go in there, win or lose. He's secure in his homosexuality and his husband. He doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, AJ's still fighting things. He's fighting his homosexuality.
That's his biggest battle.
That's his biggest battle right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, he has a lot to lose here. But drag Dillian in the deep waters and see if you can land that uppercut, man. I don't know what's going on. I'll say this. If AJ wins, I'm giving Derek James the credit. If he loses, I'm blaming AJ.
Now, there's something else about Dillian White, right? Because, like you just said, he ain't even mad, you know, the stuff that's been said about him and his husband and everything. But if you notice, he has taken certain shots at AJ. And the thing is, he hasn't outright come out and say, AJ, why don't you just, you know, come on and admit, you know? But I think that's the ace in the hole that he's holding. That's the first part that he's holding, because you know that old saying, it takes one to know one.
What are you holding?
Wait, I gotta hit him with it early, man.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
You walk by AJ's locker room.
Listen to this right here.
What's going on in there, man? You know what? I don't even want to know. Goddamn. I don't even want to know.
Hey, yo. Real quick. I think we're forgetting something about Mr. D-Ball Dillian.
Mm-hmm.
For one, how he got the name D-Ball and when he got the name D-Ball. After this, first off, Dillian White beat Anthony Joshua before in the amateurs.
Yep.
And then he lost to him in the pros in a closely contested fight where Dillian got stretched, in a fight where someone could argue Dillian was winning some rounds, you know? And after that fight, Dillian came out complaining that AJ was on testosterone exemption.
Sure did.
That was the first time we heard of that. Then Dillian got bigger and stronger and popped for D-Ball. The different Dillian coming in from the second fight, bro.
It's pop culture over there, man. I don't trust any of those guys. I trust them to do what they do, and that's cheat. That's what they do. They're cheaters, and if he's going to juice up, then Dillian's going to juice up. It's going to be one big juiced up family. And normally I say may the best man win, but you know, I'm going to watch that fight though, because I'm interested in the outcome. I'm going to watch that fight, and I heard, it's happening in Saudi, right? It's happening in Saudi. That's where it is.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I'm gonna pay close attention to that fight. I'm gonna pay close attention to that fight because I'm curious. I want to know what happens when the outcome. And that fight is now 50-50, y'all. AJ's not the dominant force that he was. Andy Ruiz saw to it. Even when he came back, you see, I understand. AJ didn't beat Andy in the rematch. Andy lost. There's a difference. Andy lost the fight. AJ didn't win it with a jab. Cut it out. Cut it out.
And you talk about D-ball Dillian. What about, test exempt AJ? Huh?
Test exempt AJ.
It's like, I keep telling you, these two guys got a lot going on between them, man, that ain't nobody like really focused in on.
Oh, God damn it.
Test exempt. Makes sense.
Yo, what is that belt in the UK that has the colors of the flag on it?
That's
What's
the
that
Commonwealth
That's the ring
title.
belt.
I'll pass.
The Commonwealth title. The British Commonwealth title.
Why that color, man? Why that color? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Do y'all know what the
Cheers, mate.
Doesn't the Ring magazine have the same color too?
No, the
no.
Ring magazine got red, white, and blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
No bullshit. Look, y'all.
That Commonwealth belt might as well be the Pride belt.
Bro, I'm gonna download it right now. I'm gonna show y'all what we talking about. Y'all don't know what it is? I'll show y'all what it is right now.
How much y'all want to bet that AJ throws that fight, but you don't have to fight while at the end of the year?
If he better retire. Well, he can't retire because Eddie Hearn needs to
Lifetime
return on
contract.
He got that lifetime contract.
Oh,
Look at that, y'all. Look at that. That's a Commonwealth belt, y'all. Look at that.
World Pride champion.
Oh my God. Damn. What is going on here?
You got to play that. It's raining men.
Hallelujah. Oh my God.
This should be in the trash.
Who can take a rainbow? Listen,
Who wants
man.
that belt? You win it and be like, nah, see, all right, I'm vacating right now. I'm vacating right now. I'm not gonna wear that. Y'all see that? I put look, y'all. There you go.
That belt color scheme says you do stuff.
Yep. It's AJ's belt right there. There you go. Yeah. Y'all still got jokes? What's going on over here? That's the YMCA. Exactly, messenger. That's the YMCA belt. Young man. That's the Fleece Johnson belt. That's what that is. Anyway. Boxing, please. That's disgusting. All right. Let's talk about this right here. All right, I got some stuff to say about this. I got stuff to say about this. This right here. This guy is Boots different? That's my question. Is Boots different? Because let me tell you what happened. Prior to Rashidi Ellis versus Villa, did we not have our hearts set on Boots versus Speedy Rashidi? In our minds, that was the next fight because we was like, okay, he's gonna beat Villa. Boots is gonna beat. I forgot whose ass he kicked that night, and we was gonna get a face-off with Speedy Rashidi versus
Jaron.
Boots. Yeah, and Villa said, "Hold my tecate." And Speedy, he lost in the championship rounds. Villa won that. And then I was hearing things like, they were trying to build Villa up to be this animal. And I could take that. Okay, he did his thing. He sure did. And last night was supposed to be a 50-50 situation where Villa was gonna make us see whether Boots was the truth or not. He was supposed to make Boots go into his toolbox and go to plan B, C, D, and possibly E. And Boots would win probably by split decision, or it would be some controversy, and that did not happen the way everyone thought it would happen. What we saw was that somebody needed to go to a plan B. What we saw was Villa needed a tag team partner. I mean, seriously, he needed help, because that's the guy that won against Speedy Rashidi Ellis. Him? Listen, man. Boots has separated himself from everything else at 147. Now, I know everyone's talking about, yo, he's next up for Bud and Errol. Don't get your hopes up. Whoever wins that fight is going to 154, if not both of them. Don't get your hopes up. But when they're gone, right now, I'd like to know at 147 who's beating Boots.
Nobody.
That kid is something different. Boots is that dude. Understand, I didn't know it was going to look like that. I thought, I thought it would go to the cards, if Boots would win UD, but this guy would make it tough and, he'd make it rough and rugged. He was a little bigger. Like, wasn't he taller than Boots? I thought he was taller than Boots. He's taller than Boots? Listen, man. Boots beat the shit out of him. At the end of round one, his forehead was telling a story. His forehead joined the Bloods gang. His shit was red. And I'm like, uh-oh. Yo, he beat him like a drum. He beat him like the congas. Come on, man. There was no part of this fight that Villa won. He was outgunned. All right? This was supposed to be his coming out party. Wait, pun intended. Because I saw something on his Instagram and I said, whoa. Whoa.
What?
I ain't gonna turn it into that, but I saw something and he might be wearing this belt. Because those pants look like they were painted on, man.
And them shoes.
And yeah, he had his arm around another dude, and I'm like, what's happening here? But never mind. And Villa, man, this was target practice. So what's next for Boots? I don't know. What'd you say, Steve L? Oh, I think I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm past 7,000 subs. Salute to y'all, man. Much love to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much.
Backsmack
Thank
that
you,
like button.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm so busy doing multiple things. Salute to y'all. Thank you guys so much, man. Salute to y'all. Thank you. I was gonna make a big deal when I hit 10K, but that's gonna take me like 500 years or whatever. But it's all good. It's from the mud, but it's all good, man. But let me go to you, Focus Ball. What is your assessment on what we saw last night? And salute to y'all in the chat, man. If I miss you, just know that I love y'all, man, for real. Thank you, guys.
So first and foremost, I 100% expected that. If anybody follows these fights, if you saw those fights, you should have expected this. Because when I saw Royman versus Speedy Rashidi did a lot of the same things, except he was less planted on his feet. He didn't plant his feet as much, and he didn't have as much of a pop on his pitch to keep Royman honest. to keep Roymond off of him. What I realized about Roymond Ville is that he fights. I don't know where he's from. I don't know what his background is, but he fights in the quote unquote Mexican style. No footwork, straightforward, big punches. I did not see him with any significant form of defense when he fought Speedy Rashidi. So I'm like, if he comes in and fights Boots with that style where he's coming forward and pressing somebody. Listen, when you come forward and you press somebody, especially when you come up in the high guard, two things happen. When you're in a high guard, it's harder to see punches. It's harder for you to dodge punches. It's harder for you to move your head out the way, right? It's also easier for you to take body shots. He came in straightforward, hands up. And what did he do? Eat a jab, one to the body, to the face, to the body, to the face, to the body. And he just kept on using straights and stayed away from him. And this dude just kept on powering through. See, his style, it's that typical quote-unquote Mexican style where you get hit and you keep coming forward. There's something to be said for knowing when to pull back. Because sometimes if you take a hit, it might be smart to pull back instead of going forward and taking another one. Let your brain resettle, reestablish things with your jab. But no, he just keeps coming forward, and that's the problem. This was definitely going to happen because Boots has a lot of those same evasive skills that Rashidi has, except he's got power.
I agree, man. I agree. And Speedy didn't have enough power to keep Villa off of him. And that's why Villa was always in that fight. But as you can see, Boots, he kept him honest from round one. Solo Dolo says, can we get Boots from Stanionis? That's the only fight that makes sense at this point, man, for real. Stormy, your assessment on what we saw last night. You're on mute.
Well, I saw a guy that was plotting, had no real game plan, had no footwork, and lacked the ability to get his head off a center line. Never met a Boots jab or punch that he wouldn't absorb like the incredible absorbing man. And he paid the cost. But, you know, so be it. And people, I think Focus Ball was saying he didn't know where he's from. He's from Colombia. But I want to say that all is fair when you talk about things that you don't know what the hell you're saying. And Villa was known to have talked about the melanated fighters.
Uh-oh.
He said that they didn't run. He said that they, focused so much on being, technical or whatever, but they weren't tough and everything. Yeah, he spoke these blasphemous words and he paid for it dearly with his ass. So no sadness, no sense of sentiment for him, because when you talk like that, you deserve for someone to prove you wrong. Boots said that he can make 147 with zero problems. So if you want to come back for another one, he can be glad to oblige you. And anyone else like you that share those sentiments. We remember what Abel Sanchez has said, but Abel don't get in the ring and fight.
That's right.
So for those who want to share Abel's sentiments and you fight, consider yourselves on the hit list, because there's plenty of fighters out there that can prove your words to be untrue.
To build on what you said, Stormy.
I'm sorry.
Finish what you're saying. I don't want to interrupt you. Finish what you're saying.
No, go ahead.
Well, think about what you just said. What if that's what he said going into the fight? That's what he believes, and that's what got him knocked out. You thought black fighters were runners, but this guy, he was evading, but he planted his feet, and you don't have the chin.
Listen, why do you think I said what I said? People need to know what he said. Everybody don't follow the sport like we do because we create content. And so we research and we look into things and we have. Remember, it's my job to be ready in that sense. That's why I put it out there. See, when you deserve an ass whooping, explained why it's coming. You understand? Now, does that mean that Boots heard what he said and went out there with vengeance? No, but Boots' ability alone disproved what Lima said.
Time out. Insult to injury.
Yeah, that's your boy Roymond. And that's his trainer, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of pretty before it gets started. What?
That might be the dude that was in his corner with the gold chains on and the tank top.
Dude in his corner and just look at the picture.
That dude looked funny.
Listen, man, these two guys got painted on jeans. Shout out to Billy Ocean. You know, you can get testicular cancer wearing your jeans too damn tight. Like, what is really going on, bro? You see, karma is a mother, ain't it?
Yeah.
Just look at the picture, yo.
You know what's funny? You know what threw me off about this, Drew? Because when I was watching him last night, I read his shorts, and his trunk said, Cristo te ama. And I'm like, Cristo te ama. I'm like, Christ? So I looked it up. It says, Christ loves you. You giving me mixed signals here, bro.
Take a moment to subscribe to my brother No Smoke. We gotta help him get that half monetization of 500. I want everyone to get to that stack. But this brother puts out a lot of videos, and he's damn good. He's damn good.
He's awesome.
Damn good.
Funny as hell too.
Funny as hell, for real. Go subscribe to my brother No Smoke. Y'all see this? Oh shit! I just noticed. Y'all see my comment right there?
I can't see it. Let me zoom in.
Yeah, so this guy's talking slick, right? Okay. I mean, you can't talk to me when your pants are like that. I don't care if it was fighting.
When you in a glass house.
My gosh. And they're in Vegas, by the way. This picture was in Vegas. That's Vegas. Wait a minute. That's Vegas. That's Vegas, right? That's not Atlantic City. That's Vegas.
What you doing in Vegas?
Yeah, I don't know. It stays in Vegas. It's nuts. And those shoes, man. Are those penny loafers?
Hey, Drew, you should play that clip I sent you.
Which one?
Those pants and those shoes say you pound black.
Oh, shit. Oh, man, I ain't upload that fucker. Damn.
Yeah, it's a South Park episode.
Oh, yo, yeah. Oh, man, what'd he say? Those shoes
pants. Those pants and those shoes say you pound butt.
Those pants and those shoes say you pound butt. These guys are thinkophiliacs on Prozac.
Oh my God.
My God.
What man wants to walk around with his clothes on tight like that? That's a man. I'm sorry. It doesn't equate with me. Forgive me. I'm almost 60 years old, but when I look at this, it's disgraceful. I'm sorry. You know, Derek James has taken photos with his coaches, with his charges that he trained and everything, and I've never seen anybody embraced like this. This looks like something out of, you know, one of these modern TV series or something that they keep putting in your face all the time now.
And don't tell me this is a Latin thing. It is not. It is not. That's these motherfuckers with this. Them too. This is the most zesty thing I've seen since Anthony Joshua.
And Mr. Cheeks. No, Mr. Skins. Anthony Joshua and Mr. Skins.
Gosh, this is horrible. Salute to my brother Young Merv, the cut man. He said, "Thank you, Drew and Sensei. You know why Drew LDBC forever. Much love and appreciation, brother. We here, good brother. Salute to you, man. We love you, man. Salute. Word up. Jay said, he said, Stormy, I'm 35. I don't wear pants like that. People wear pants like this. They're making a statement.
I'm not going to lie. When I was in a metal band, I used to be a rock vocalist and whatnot. I definitely wore skinny jeans. But
you were performing on a stage. I get it.
I was also younger, and I can admit,
like that.
I can admit now as a father, that's not what men need to be doing, bro.
This right here, no. When you're on stage, you're basically in a costume. So I get that. But this, no. And the only reason why I'm bringing that up is because, this guy, like to fire shots. And, every time we turn around,
put that picture of Boots hitting his ass on the
Wait a minute.
You live in a glass house, don't throw stones. We're going to throw back.
Oh, word up, man. Where's that at?
We're going to throw back.
Right back. Oh, my God. He said, put the picture back with Boots hitting. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, wait. Before I play that, I'll do you one better. Here we go.
Came in with the style, with the flavor, with the $1 million attitude. Smile for the haters, yeah. I've been making rounds, doing favors. I'm the man in the city. I've been feeling like the mayor, yeah. How you gonna act like I ain't stepping, hold up? I've been counting money, counting blessings, hold up. Diamonds finna dance, I'm finna tear the flow up. Hope it make you sick, I hope it make you throw up. Be clear, I've been on the tear for 2 years. Be clear, I ain't lucky, boy, I'm just prepared. Be clear, to the winter,
There you go.
Yeah. That's
Black
what's up.
like
That's what's up right there. That is a man thing. You understand? You don't get it twisted unless you're in the ring with Boots, then your jaw get twisted. You see that look on his face? That's exactly what he got coming, and he can go on over there to his boyfriend, and his boyfriend can put some ice packs on him and get the swelling down and maybe get his other swelling up because he like it like that. But we don't like it like that, and that's why I asked special requests to see the Boots photo, because Boots was giving him exactly what he didn't want. Well done, Boots.
Salute the Boots, man. Salute the Boots. He kicked his ass, man. Well, here today, gone today. Because
where Roymond fans at?
Listen, man. If he had made this a close fight, these YouTube streets, these Twitter streets, these social media streets would be like, "Yo, he won." You remember, Jamal Charlo just went through it.
Mm-hmm.
They somewhere hanging out at the Blue Oyster in the village or something. That's where they at.
Turn up. And Jamal had to go in there and knock out his opponent. And I never really I never spoke on it like how I wanted to speak on it. But when Mel knocked out what's his name? Castaño. That felt good.
It felt fantastic.
It felt good. It really did, because I did cover how Jamel was disrespected during the press conference.
Remember that girl at the press conference?
Yep. Nobody even wants you here.
Her face.
Nobody even wants you here. I zoned in on that. Nobody even wants you here. I was like, wow. And then she's like, oh, man, get out. Bitch. You're second generation Argentinian here. But she felt the need to say nobody even wants you here. And you know what? Guess what's fucked up? She's right.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody rooted for him in that fight. The Americans remained silent. The Argentinians was there at the press conference in full swing. You'd have thought he was in Argentina somewhere.
Yep.
And this is no beef to Castaño, because I was like, okay, the first fight was a draw. Okay, he showed up.
Mm-hmm.
But Jamel got his ass the fuck up out of there. The American public didn't even ride with Jamel. Matter of fact, prior to that fight, he wasn't even on no pound for pound list. How you figure that? You see what I'm saying? That win felt good. And there's no shade to Castaño, because I didn't hear him ever say anything crazy, but it's the people that support these guys. They get on my goddamn nerves.
And Castano never got on.
I'm giving shade to Castano because you know why?
He didn't
I'm gonna
separate.
tell you why. Now this is the thing. See, I'm teaching right now, and so I want everybody to listen. Like Muhammad Ali said after he whooped Foreman's ass in Zaire. All right, everybody, be quiet. Attention. Don't make excuses for these people because when they say what they say, they saying it from the heart, and they don't have no consideration for you. So they want you to be downtrodden beneath their heel. Okay, so if Castano didn't feel that way or support that, he would tell his people, don't say that. Don't disrespect.
No, you're right.
Opponent.
No, you're
Don't
right.
disrespect his country or
You're right.
whatever. But no, they don't say those things because that's not what they feel. So you got a clip of Castano going down? Because we could play that right now if you got it. But I'm just saying it's well worth them getting their asses ripped, okay? Because that's the only place that you can do it. And they don't come and put them cold bracelets on you. Huh?
Yep.
So you might as well take advantage. So when Mel was at that post-fight press conference, and he was wilding out and japping out on those people,
Yep.
I was clapping. I was applauding.
No,
Now
You
you gotta respect me now. Yeah. What you got to say now? Yeah. You
He
was
said it
against
straight to
me.
Mike Carpenter.
Yeah.
He said it straight to Mike Carpenter. Who wants to ask a question now? Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
See, we got to get out of that. Remember that, we forgive you and all. No! If there's no reparations,
There's no
there
forgiveness.
will be actions. You understand?
Yeah.
And the actions ain't going to be what you like because people need to wake up and smell the reality of what it is. Nothing is going to be given. It must be taken. And one thing I ain't taking is the BS. This is why I said in correction. No. Castano, I got shade for them all. Abel Sanchez, Villa,
Yeah.
Castano, whoop they ass. And Mel getting ready to go in there against Canelo, whoop his ass. That's what I got to say about that. With venom. Because that's what they got for you.
No, that's a true story.
To add to that,
Go ahead, Focus Ball.
Argentinian history. There's a saying in Argentina. I've never been there, but I've heard the saying. Niggers, we don't have such problems. That's a Mexico and Puerto Rico problem. So, see, Argentina is a colony of Spain. And you had plenty of black people there in the slave trade and whatnot. But Argentina, the government, they killed off, post-slavery, they killed off majority of the black people and acted like they were never involved in a transatlantic slavery.
Didn't they hide Hitler?
They hit Hitler, yes.
Shit.
And there's a bunch of Nazis in Argentina. But here's the thing about Argentina. They're very proud of their lack of black people in Argentina. But it was done in the 1800s. There was systematic genocide to get rid of the descendants of slaves in Argentina, and they brag about that. So when Castano got his motherfucking ass whooped, that was for every black blood in the soil of Argentina, whooping your motherfucking ass. And to add to what's
trying to do the same thing on the U.S. soil right now. That's why I wish that some of these folks would wake the hell up and stop being sellouts and backbiters and backstabbers and perpetrators against their own folk. Wake the hell up and see what's going on. A people united will never be divided.
When that chick jumped up and said, nobody even wants you here, I looped that on that short video I did. I looped it on that clip. I said, man, that's crazy. And nobody in ESPN spoke up. Nobody did anything. It was just ridiculous. So now, Stormy, now you're right on that. That was one of the things That was one of those things. Focus ball with the focus ball. Salute. That was one of the things that I was mad at Manny Pacquiao for years, because you know what we was dealing with online. We couldn't go anywhere and talk boxing without getting called all kinds of monkeys, and I didn't know the Filipino fan base was like that until I got to YouTube. I said, "What the fuck? What is this? I've never seen that before." And I was always saying, you know, if this guy's not some sort of racist, I'm sure he knows what's going on online. Why don't he tell that radical fan base to stop? And he never said anything. He never said anything. So, you know, when we were getting attacked for reasons that had nothing to do with boxing, you know, yeah, you know, Castano ain't saying anything. But then, you know, as Focus Ball said, there's a history behind that shit too.
Negritos.
Yeah, you know, there's a history behind that. So, I mean, you know, look, it felt good. Xavier, what up? Anthony, what up? It felt good, you know, seeing that. It really did. It felt good seeing that because it put a lot of questions to rest. And there's no rubber match. There's no tie. Well, the tie's been broken because it was a draw the first one, but there's no. Jamel beat his ass, and there's no Castano fans talking about, yo, run it back. It was no. Jamel did what Jamel does. And mind you, if I remember correctly, even up until that fight, he was not on no pound for pound list. Which is, these are things that I you can't ignore. And I was just commenting on my Devin Haney video, my Shakur Stevenson video that I just put up last night. Some of you people in the comment section of that video are fucking retarded. You motherfuckers are so retarded. You guys are retarded. And I'm going to say this again to you niggas doing that, because I expect this from other ethnicities. But to you niggas talking crazy about Devin, I bet you got your mama last name. I bet you do. And if you got your mama last name, I'm telling you, your mama was the side bitch. Your mama's the strong female. I don't need no man looking ass. Your daddy, he probably loved you, but he didn't want to deal with your mama big mouth, and you was raised in her image. No, wait, you might look like your dad, which is probably why your mom spent half of your childhood screaming at you. But she raised you to be the nigga that she says she hate. This hate for Devin Haney is fucking ridiculous from you niggas. It's sad. It is sad. So I don't mind correcting a fool in my chat. I normally don't comment in my own chat, but there was some of the shit that I've read like, yo, listen, here's the bottom line. And maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But let me give you some food for thought. Let me ask y'all a question, actually. Tell me, No Smoke said Jamel hit Castano so hard he melted. He damn sure looked like he melted. He fell down in slow motion. Castano fell in slow motion. That was hilarious. He was like, but yo, listen, let me ask y'all a question. Tell me what Shakur is going to make the same amount of money anywhere at 135 and against who? With the best outcome. This was for undisputed. I don't give a shit. Everyone's saying, oh, 25% was disrespectful. But what would you rather have? 100% of $500,000 or 100% of $1 million or 25% of $10 million, $20 million? No, listen, there's no opponent at 100% that Shakur could fight at 135 that'll be equivalent to 25% he's making with Devin Haney. So all you fools talking about, oh, this was it's a low ball offer. He's undisputed with 4 belts. Did Floyd Mayweather say, Oscar, you giving me a low ball offer? No. Look up what Floyd took in reference to when he fought Oscar De La Hoya. Look up the split for that. Look up the split from Canelo versus Floyd. Look that up. Please look that up. It'll shock you. Will shock some of you that don't know any better. Okay? Stop the nonsense. You niggas are ridiculous, man. Take the B-side money, beat Haney's ass, and A-side him. And by the way, And salute to BFTB. Did y'all see that paperwork? What he did to Jamel Herring? Did y'all see that? Case closed. He did the same thing to Jamel Herring. And that's supposedly his boy. Did he not say, hey, this just business. Let me put this up here. True or not? Because Kell Brook was the champion, was he not? Kell Brook, he bossed up on Sean Porter. Let's say that. Or that rough and rugged shit. Brooks said, I'm stronger than you, man. That's a true story. Okay? That's real talk right there. So what are we talking about here? Stop the bullshit, y'all. These aren't Shakur Stevens fans, y'all. These are Devin Haney haters. And you niggas ought to be ashamed of yourself, for real. This is stupid. All you others, I get it. I get it. You hate Devin. You're mad that Loma lost. You hate Bill popping up everywhere. I know you hate that. You hate that he got a father in his life. You got your mama last time. You don't even know your dad. I get it. I get it. But some of you niggas are just out your goddamn mind. Y'all are just dumb as fuck. I would respect you a lot more if say, yo, look, man, I just don't like Devin. Therefore, everything you say past that, I can ignore it. But if you get on people's chats and you start talking about, hey, this is don't tell me what Shakur deserves. Devin is undisputed. That's it. George Cambozo made $20 million in 2 fights fighting Devin Haney. Name me a Shakur Stevens opponent that made that amount of money. You can't. So stop it. Have a nice hot cup of shut the fuck up and be quiet. Be quiet. If Shakur wanted to fight, he'd have took the fucking 25%.
I bet you taking it if Loma won.
And insult to injury, you proposition Loma and he tells you, I still got Haney business. Nigga, no, you don't. No, you don't.
In your fucking dreams.
He's going to 140. I hope he never fights Loma again. You know why? Because fuck Loma. How you lose your second pro fight and he got more opportunities after he fucking lost? Had some asshole in there. I just responded to them a little while ago. Talking about what, to be fair, Loma won. No, he did not. Well, don't talk to me about fair when this guy lost his second pro fight and got a bunch of opportunities after that. Don't tell me about fair. Well, don't tell me about fair. Don't you do that. You aged out, not aged out. You waited till Nicholas Waters got nice and cold on the shelf. Then you fought him. Rigondeaux got to go up 200 or 300 weight classes. He gets full credit for that. And y'all still talking. Don't talk to me about fair.
Shut up. Take a little bit less money. Be quiet.
What?
That's for Shakur.
Shut up. Take a little less money. Be quiet. Be humble. Humble yourself.
That's perfect for Shakur. That's it right there.
Shakur, you're really good in that ring. But all this extra shit, you lost me, young man. You lost me. This is ridiculous. And to all you Loma fans, guess what? He lost 3 times. He lost
4 times, but okay.
Yeah. He lost. Tell me he has 3 losses. Has he run it back? Has he ran it back with Salido? Huh? Has he ran it back with Teofimo? Huh? You want to run it back with Devin? Nope. Devin ain't got to do shit but what he's doing, and that's what he wants to do. He's undisputed. Something that the industry tried to keep away from him. You see, you motherfuckers in my comment section, I can tell y'all watching the back and y'all don't speak much. Y'all know what this motherfucker, y'all know what the industry tried to do to this kid. He got everything the hard way. He had to earn it. What are y'all thoughts on what Teofimo Lopez out and out said? what the WBC and the WBO tried to do to Devin Haney. Don't talk to me about what's fair. I'm supposed to feel sorry for Loma? No. First of all, he fucking lost 9-3. He lost. Your tears don't mean shit. As a matter of fact, here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll do. This is what I'm gonna do. You know, since you motherfuckers wanna be weird, I'm gonna play my goddamn video. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play my video. Since you motherfuckers want to be weird and shit. Good. Good. Here's what I'm gonna do. Since you guys want to act like you don't know much.
The mighty LDB.
We'll start it from here.
Blue Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I'm gonna try and be as brief as I can in reference to this thing with Shakur Stevenson and Vasily Lomachenko. I'm really trying not to tear this kid down, but I'm not tearing him down if I'm telling the truth. This is the absolute truth about this kid. Shakur flat out played himself, man. Come on, man. What are you doing? Y'all know I like to keep it very, very simple here. All right. Basically, this is what's happening. Shakur wants that Devin Haney work. And I want to see it too. But here's the thing. Young man, you were sent an offer. You were sent an offer. And you declined. I don't care if it was 25%. There are fighters that we celebrate right now, on the way to the Hall of Fame right now, that took way less than what you were about to make had you accepted the 25% offer. Now, I'm not a numbers guy. I hate numbers. But I'm sure if you look up what Floyd Mayweather took in reference to Oscar De La Hoya in their fight, he made significantly less. Canelo Alvarez versus Floyd Mayweather, he made significantly less. But see, here's the thing with Shakur. Shakur has an opportunity to do something special. All right? You are the B side. And all this A and B side, we all use this lingo now because Floyd Mayweather Jr. made it popular. So fine, let's use it. But Shakur, without getting too deep into the numbers, please explain to me where you're going to make that amount of money. Because since it's about the money, it's not about the legacy, it's about the money. You feel you're being shafted. All right, so fine. Where are you going to make that amount of money? With whom? I went through this on my live stream. Who are you going to make that amount of money with? Please explain to me, Shakur. Because I don't know. We're confused at this point. Now, you said a lot of things. I recall you saying that you felt that Devin Haney lost the fight. You felt that it should be you versus Lomachenko for undisputed. And you were angling to make the Lomachenko fight. Well, here's what they did with you, Shakur. And this is why I'm a little bit, not a little bit, I'm a lot upset with you, young man. Because one thing I'll never say that you're trash in the ring. No. I love what I see so far. And I want to root for you, but it's hard to root for you when you're doing things like this, young man. Come on now. You really feel it's supposed to be you versus Lomachenko. Now watch this. Apparently, someone sends me a tweet. So let me remind you what happened with Shakur. For those of you that don't know, for those of you that have selective memory, Lomachenko loses. He lost to Devin. I don't care how you feel about it. He lost. And then I look at the sanctioning bodies and how they ranked it. Shakur, why do 3 out of the 4 have Lomachenko ranked ahead of you?
Whoa! What the kind of pretty before it gets started, ain't it? Oh, Froggy when he courting, he did ride Crambo. Froggy when he courting, he did ride Crambo.
Take that! At 135, after a loss. Explain that, Shakur. Can you explain that? It was 4. It was 4 of them. I know it was, but they switched it. I think WBO switched it at the last possible moment. But after a loss, 3 out of 4 of the sanctioning bodies has Lomachenko ahead of you. How is that possible, Shakur? Now, look, man. The only way to fix this would be to get in the ring with Devin and do what you say you can do. You were sent an offer. You declined. Now Devin is moving on. Now you reached out to Lomachenko. He declined. 25% from what I'm being told, 25% versus Devin Haney is more money than anybody you fight next. Even Lomachenko. Even Lomachenko, let me ask you a question. Going into if Lomachenko had agreed to fight you, who's the A side going into that fight? Are you going to take less money? And that man got 3 losses, and you're undefeated. You're going to take less money versus him? So now you reached out to him. He told you no. 25% was on the table versus Devin Haney. You said no. You're worth more. Fine. I want Devin Haney to go to 140 anyway. I don't want him draining down to keep giving you guys opportunity. How much more does the public want Devin Haney to do at this point? This is ridiculous. Y'all do not respect this kid. You guys ought to be ashamed of yourself, man. This guy, Devin Haney's giving us everything that we want in a fighter, and it's never good enough. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I know what time it is already. But Shakur, come on, young man. I'm only calling it how I see it. This is ridiculous. This is unbecoming. But you tell me who you're going to fight right now. Devin Haney looks like he's about to leave and go to 140. So what are you finna do? Loma done told you no. Did I read something about you? You have to pay Jay Prince and Bob Arum and all these other people? Man, you were supposed to go get that Devin Haney bag. This is just what we've been talking about all the time. If you're the B side, take the B side money, whoop the A side's ass, and become the A side. You got on here, you say, oh, now I understand what they putting my brother Bud through. I'm not going to even revisit that, man. Everyone knows exactly why we had a problem with how Bud was moving. I don't want to revisit that. The fight's happening. Everyone's happy. But Shakur, everyone sees you what you're doing. The only reason why you're surviving a little bit, is because there's a lot of Devin Haney haters out there. But the truth doesn't care about your feelings. The facts don't care about your feelings. Shakur, this is on you, young man. You need to do better. As far as Lomachenko's concerned, man, keep crying, man. You was just talking about going down to 126, and you mentioned a Nui. A Nui! So I don't believe you when you say, hey, man, I got unfinished business with Devin Haney, man. Get in line. The man's going to 140, and you said you can't go to 140. So that ship is sailed, young man. Go down to 126 and try and beat up a Nui. Oh, I'm sorry. If a Nui loses to a Cool Boy Steph, you going to challenge Cool Boy? That wouldn't surprise me. And watch, if he does that, everyone's going to be running around talking about, hey, man, Cool Boy's ducking Loma. I know how this goes, and I know why it goes that way, man. Y'all need to wake up and smell the failure. Time reveals all truth, and the lie's nothing but a long way to the truth. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Bronx home.
No lies detected. So all of you guys out here capping for Shakur, stop before it gets started. It's only going to get worse for y'all. It's only going to get worse. Nate, look at the landscape at 135 and tell me where he's going to make the same amount of bread. And I'm going to tell you something. At this point, y'all put Shakur on such a pedestal, right? He needs to perform. And let me tell you something. I fucks with Shakur in that ring. But this is a bitch move that he's doing. You see what Upper Echelon said? That's exactly what they did. And you running around talking reckless about some dude that you said was your friend. All that friend shit is gone, my man. You showing Lomachenko more respect than your buddy? Are you kidding me? Nigga? I don't give a fuck about what flag you raising, nigga. Your last name is Stevenson. You from Jersey, nigga. I don't give a fuck about that flag.
He just shat on his black fan.
You looking stupid, kid. Why you acting like you ain't got no PR people? How the fuck you get invited to a goddamn pool party and send a bottle like that? Just to get people talking. You looking stupid. Look what Upper Echelon says. Shakur capped for Loma and they gave Loma his spot. And I'm telling you, it was all four of them sanctioning bodies at first. And I think like a week or two later, then the WBO changed it. How does Lomachenko lose? But they give him your spot. You ain't lose yet, man. How does that work, Shakur? All the smoke for your own. No smoke for this motherfucker, right? And then I got motherfuckers coming in my goddamn chat talking about, hey, man, you know, in all fairness, don't talk to me about what's fair. Shut up. I already know what time it is. Jealousy's a female trait. Bitch. Niggas is weird. Talk to me about what's fair. Loma lost his second pro fight. Got mad opportunities after that. He lost his second pro fight, but this guy was supposed to be the second coming of Muhammad Ali and better than Floyd Mayweather. You remember how they packaged this motherfucker to us? And they always do this. Remember when Triple G was better than Marvin Hagler? Remember that? They always do this. Andre Ward, Triple G coming to 168, you fight me. Pick on someone your own size. Go fight KK Kovalev. Wasn't he bigger at 175? Cool. Dre went up there and fought him twice. First time, oh, he got robbed. Second time, he knocks him out. Stops him. Oh,
how about this one, Drew? When is his first pay-per-view?
Oh my God, yeah. When was Loma's first pay-per-view? I'm waiting. No. You're gonna make me wait too long. It was against Devin Haney. No one ever said Devin Haney was the second coming of Floyd. He's worked with Floyd. No one ever said Devin Haney was the second coming of Ali. He had to get everything he had out the mud. They put money behind Teofimo Lopez. All he had to do was beat George Kambosos. And we'd be having a different conversation now. And he fucked around and lost. He beat Loma. Why don't the Loma fans have as much fire for Teofimo Lopez? Because everybody ran from him. Loma did not want to fight Devin Haney. Now he talking, you want to do it now? Psh, good luck. I hope, listen. I don't feel sorry for Lomachenko at all. He has had every opportunity rolled out for him. I do not care. I hope Devin never fights him again. I want him to go to 140 and just proceed with his life. Loma doesn't deserve anything. You know why? Because everything he's had in boxing was given to him.
And he thought that trying to push that fight into Ramadan and everything, that would probably be like a final straw, that Devin say, man, forget it. And he was hoping that Devin would stall out longer or try to push the fight deeper, and one of the sanctioning bodies would just strip the belt from him. See, it didn't work out that way, because Devin has always stood 10 toes down.
That's right.
On all his principles. What he lost in a financial opportunity, he more than made up in respect and legacy, because you can't take it from him. It's in the books, and he did it the hard way. He earned it. It wasn't given to him.
That's right. Nothing was given to Devin. Everybody tried to stump his growth in every direction. It's all documented. So I get very triggered when motherfuckers talk about, well, in all fairness, fuck your fair, man. Now we on here talking about Boots. We supposed to be, right? It's gonna happen. We're celebrating them now. But watch, after this win, watch. Watch how they start treating them. It happens to all of us. And I say us, who the fuck you think I'm talking about? Who the fuck you think I'm talking about? We talked about Pacheco earlier, right? When Pacheco does something and he starts to take off, watch that fan base hijack him to try and throw his accomplishments in our face. Watch. They always do that. I ain't had no problem with Lomachenko. I was just watching him. And out of nowhere, here come these rabid-ass fans. They do it with all of these non-black fighters. They do it with all of them. And I'm looking at Shakur. I'm like, the fuck you raising that? Why are you waving that flag, man? What fan base are you trying to tap into, my man? What are you doing? I let that go. I didn't talk about it. I let all of that go. I didn't say anything. And now I'm watching how you moving. You moving like every bit the nigga that motherfucker suspected you to be, man. Especially since you said you was cool with Devin. Not acting like that. See you at 140. Fuck you. They asked for a fourth option. And by the way, I'm glad Stormy brought that up. All these tricks that Loma pulled, franchise statuses, and then trying to fight him on Ramadan, and you knew what you was doing. Nobody said anything. Not even ESPN. Even though you niggas that got fired from there. Y'all didn't say anything. Devin got to go to Australia to fight this dude twice. Y'all didn't say anything. First fight, they prohibited half his team from going over there. Right, but you mean to tell me that that's not something when they signed the fight, that's not something that they could square away on day one? Well, who could we let into the country? Y'all got criminal records? Let's work that out now. Go to camp, but let's work it out now. They stopping his cut man at customs. He went in there with nothing.
They held his pops up.
Come on, man. So you want to talk to me about what's fucking fair? Don't ever in your life tell me about what's fair.
And Devin never said a word. He kept training and kept preparing and got ready to handle his business.
Black told Bill, don't let him go over there. Because we all thought he was going to go over there and get robbed.
Yep.
And by the time he contacted him, he was already in the air gone already. Don't you dare talk to me about Lomachenko. Fuck that guy. And fuck you for standing on him. Fuck you. Fuck Boozy. Fuck Van Dam. Fuck Nelly. Fuck all y'all niggas that say he lost. Because you know what? In my heart of hearts, if I felt he lost, I'd still be celebrating. I ain't even gonna cap. I'd be like, we got one. Don't ever in your life talk to me about Lomachenko. You were crazy. Rigondeaux. Talk to me about that. You want to talk about a fighter that's been successfully frozen out? He had to go up umpteen divisions, loses to Loma, right? And they stripped him of a belt that he never lost in the lighter divisions. Where the fuck does that make sense? Don't you dare talk to me about Lomachenko. There's a reason why I don't fuck with that guy. Did I say he was trash in the ring? No. But don't talk to me about him. He don't need my support. The red carpet been rolled out for him. That's why I don't like you niggas. That's why. OG Mr. Mark, my brother, in that super chat, what's up? He said, either take the deal for all the belts or Dev drop the belt and he can pick one up and attempt to unify against Frank Martin. Frank getting the belt. Thank you. Devin's already gone. He's on the fucking scales looking like Skeletor in the face. He can't make 135, but he wanted the fourth option because he wanted to give you the fight. Offered you 25%, and I got niggas walking around talking about that's disrespectful. Tell me what Shakur's highest payday was, and then tell me what 25% would be for him. I bet you'll be like quadruple times the money he's made anyway. I bet you.
No. Check this out. If that was disrespectful, where were they talking about the disrespect for Devin when they were playing all them games with him with the Cambosis original promotion and
These
everything.
niggas was silent. These niggas was silent.
They would not say or speak up or say anything. But where was the fair play then? Where was it when Lomo was trying to force this man to push the fight into Ramadan? That's
It's selective.
disrespectful.
It's
Uncle
selective.
Bitabib is a devout Muslim, and he don't fight during Ramadan. They don't force him to fight during Ramadan. He pulled out of a fight that was supposed to be held in China
Yep.
because of what China was doing to the Muslims over there.
That's right.
Nobody said a word.
No one said a word. This is a Canadian Russian, y'all. Did y'all know that? Did y'all even know about that? Okay then. Do y'all don't get the Ramadan thing? Y'all watch the NBA back in the 90s? Hakeem Olajuwon was Muslim. He played during Ramadan, but he had shitty games during Ramadan. Why? Because he was fasting. He didn't have the energy. Now imagine trying to defend yourself during Ramadan. You can't eat, you can't drink. Sun up to sundown. He tried to make the fight during Ramadan. Nobody said anything. Is that not disrespectful to this man's religious beliefs? But we want to scream and holler and cry about what's going on in this man's country. That ain't my problem.
That's so cowardly.
It is exactly, focus ball. It's cowardly. Why would you try and fight him during Ramadan? Bitch. And y'all niggas ain't say shit. But I got motherfuckers in the chat right now in that video. To be fair, fuck fair. The franchise status is not fair. Jamal Charlo was supposed to be fighting Canelo Alvarez. Franchise status. They went that. Niggas like you ain't say nothing. Devin was supposed to fight Loma like 2 years ago. Second franchise status. Y'all niggas ain't say anything. It was revealed what Teofimo Lopez said. Devin, you never get a shot. I played the audio a dozen times. So that's the WBO and the WBC. You'll never be a champion at 135, dude, so say what you want. Y'all didn't say anything. But y'all get mad that he gets the nod against a guy that you just have this ridiculous love for? I don't hate him. I just see shit for what it is. He don't need my support. He had it from birth.
Teofimo goes on interview and says right in front of cameras that they had a meeting that they were going to make certain that Devin remained on the outside of plans. Yeah, we know about it, but you don't. He came out and said that publicly. Where were all these fools talking about being fair and taking what he said and putting it on blast on the airwaves? No, y'all sat on that information.
Where was the journalists and the news outlets asking him to apologize and exposing them for fraud and corruption?
Apologies? You don't know what that is.
Wait, hold on. How did the news, the local news, know about an interview that took place on Trill Boxing Talk when Devin Haney said, "No white boy gonna beat me"? That they brought him on national television to apologize. How come these people didn't see Teofimo saying that they committed fraud? That the WBC committed fraud, consumer fraud? Because in case you guys don't know, fighters, in order to get ranked, you have to pay the sanctioning body to sanction your fight, and when they to rank you. So they put you in their rankings and they order certain fights, and that's how you get ranked and you move up. So because you're spending money on this with the intention that, hey, if I spend money on your ranking system and I win these fights, I can legitimately become the WBC champion. If you're coming out and telling me the WBC president himself made a deal that would prevent Devin Haney from being the WBC champion, he can sue you for consumer fraud.
Let me
take
explain it.
every.
Right.
So
right.
where were the people coming out saying this?
They don't think past what the media tells them. But let me play this.
Yo, T.O., can we just get a Haney
Hold on.
Cambosis? Who you think?
Saying it.
Danny Flexen.
No.
Hey, Devin Haney made a comment, trying to make whatever it is. But at the end of the day, Devin, you don't know. The WBC is not going to have you, even if you do the competition, they're not going to have you fight for the title. You can get mad at everything. I'm fighting for the title after this fight, for the IBF. And then after that, me and Loma for all four. And where are you? You're not going to get a shot, bro. And you don't know that, but we do. And that's what we did. I'm not going to fight more fights. So it is what it is, man. Talk what you got to talk, my dude. But at the end of the day, you're not becoming a world champion at 135. Hey.
Why was that a brag? Why does it? Why
that
does
was
he think
those
that
of you
was a
that don't
brag?
know when they act like you don't know. That was Teofimo Lopez. Why the fuck would you say that in a goddamn meeting that was not meant for us to hear? That was not meant for us to hear, you idiot. You fucking idiot. You know he's stupid. You know he's stupid. That was stupid. Why would you say that out loud?
Fucking moron.
You fucking dummy. Just tell someone, yo, I'm gonna kill you with an uppercut in round 5. Huh? Why would you say that? Idiot. He threw the WBO and the WBC right under the bus. Right under the bus. And I'm like, what the fuck? Is he retarded? Is he retarded? Now, where's Josh? He just admitted that this whole thing was and when I start cooking like this, they start playing on my stream. But the truth is out there. So never in your life talk to me about what's fair. Don't talk to me about what's fair, to be fair, in reference to anything, especially Vasily Lomachenko. I don't care about being fair. Because all of this movement behind the scenes did not involve Devin Haney. We didn't like that he had to go sign with fucking he worked with Eddie Hearn for a little bit. Then he had to sign his soul to Bob Arum for a little bit. But he had to do things to get things done. And we were concerned the whole time, all the way up until Undisputed. The final part of the puzzle was flying over to Australia in hostile territory. Had Cambozo calling him all kinds of thugs and rats and all this other bullshit. Not letting us camp into a country. Don't talk to me about what's fair.
What about the sanctioning fees paid out to the Kenahan group? And Bob Arum been in boxing since before Kenahan was born. So how could he be a consultant where they pay him consulting fees? Consulting fees for what?
For what?
Where are those monies going? What are the monies specifically for? Is it to make certain that certain referees and judges are taken care of over certain matches? Is it to make certain that some people can get inside of people's personal possessions and belongings and create tainted materials and everything? Is it so that someone will look the other way when equipment is compromised, and gloves and hand wraps are loaded, but they're discarded or whatever and are sitting somewhere where Mr. Suleiman can't say anything and doesn't know what's happening, but he has his number one drug cheat in Alejandro Jimenez, when she's fighting with testosterone coursing all through her veins because she is making a transition, but was sanctioned to fight a woman in a woman's fight, where the woman that she used to be doesn't want to be a woman anymore. What kind of hypocrisy are we talking about at the end of the day? Yeah.
Well, no response, but motherfuckers be up in here talking about what's fair. They be in my comment section talking about what's fair. For those of you that don't know, Alejandro, him man ass, was going through the change. And when she got in there with Franchon Cruz Dezern, all we asked was she tested? That's all we asked. And we were met with responses from Mauricio Sillyman talking about, we're bullying her because she's gay. Well, it was pretty obvious she was gay. We don't give a fuck about who she laid down with. We just asked, was she tested? Never asked the question. He never answered. He said, you're bullying her because she's gay, and I know her since she was a kid, and she's a real woman, and she has a child. I said, blah, 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 blah. Answer the question. Well, don't worry. The question got answered. She popped. She was on a medication that makes you transform into a man, testosterone, which means technically, Franchon Cruz Dezern was in there with Jaime fucking Munguia, his doppelganger. Answer the goddamn question.
And then instead of reporting on these things, you got your ESPN broadcasters like the two fools who sit on their boxing shows when there's a live boxing card, and you got people like Stephen A. Smith talking about this is not how it's done. What? Listen, man, all of you have turned a blind eye and a deaf ear to the corruption and have been a part of it. All of you are in concert with everything that has gone down. And ESPN, you're not off the hook because you let a few people go. Because the whole shebang needs to go. You think it's timely that those things... Where's our brother Art Hostage? Has he got any news for us? Because you look up, you see these people who are gone today. Where will they be when the other shoe drops? Huh? Because you know, Drew, it ain't over. It's still coming.
We're going to see. I want to know how many people that got fired from ESPN was on that no-fly list. I know it wasn't Jalen Rose. He don't fuck with boxing. But Max Kellerman got let go. I wonder. You understand? See, so, y'all understand, I get triggered when motherfuckers start talking about what's fair in reference to certain fighters. Don't ever in your life comment. If you comment about to be fair in reference to a guy like Lomachenko, I'm blocking the fuck out you. I'm going to block you and unblock you and block you for the rest of the week. I'm going to ping pong your ass because you sound stupid and probably look stupid to match. Don't ever in your life come in my chat talking about what's fair in reference to Loma. Fuck that guy. He's had the silver spoon in his mouth. And you niggas that went out here and capped for this motherfucker, A, you don't watch boxing enough to score it. And B, you're just a fucking dutz. Get the fuck out of here and just leave and never return. With your nigga thoughts and your nigga mentality. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. I can't find one Ukrainian that'll say the same. That what we say who know how to score a fight. They're saying, I wish he won. I wish he got robbed. And fuck you, Van Dam. Bloodsport, and outside of that, I ain't fuck with you. Frank Dukes looking ass. Fuck out of here. Well, Stormy, let me know how they can find you.
Right here on YouTube. Stormy B Man is the channel. That's Stormy B Man. All caps, but no cap.
Focus Ball. Let them know how they can find you, good brother.
Hey, yo, if y'all ready to take your striking game to the next level, then take your ass on over to the focusballs.com and cop yourself a focus ball. You can also catch me on YouTube and Instagram, all that good stuff. Focus Ball. Appreciate you, Drew. Salute Stormy B, man. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Y'all have a blessed night.
You too, brother.
I'll be back tomorrow, but in closing, this guy right here, Boots, he's the future at 147. He's the future at 147. And all you Loma fans, y'all take this belt, get yourself a carbon copy of it, and hang it in your mama house. Sick of y'all ass, man. For real, for real. Painful Excellence podcast tomorrow night. I'll be back in the morning talking about this sport that don't love us. And we out. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.